We're Mighty Morphin Power Nerds!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mighty Morphin Power Nerds. I'm Ben.
I'm Lucky.
And we're Mighty Morphin Power Nerds. In today's episode, we watched the movie. And if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, it sucked. We hate it. We really don't like it, but we're going to talk about it. And yay. Alright. So, let's start with a summary. Very short this time around. We're not reading 2-paragraph long summaries. I guess I'll go ahead. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, released in 1995. Don't remember the date. When a mysterious giant egg releases the terrible Ivan Ooze, who starts terrorizing the Earth, the Power Rangers head to a distant planet to get help from an ancient warrior. Alright. Well, I guess let's tear into this. So we're going to do this a little differently. We're going to talk about the actual plot. So, oh my god, Lucky, we said we're not putting that in there. No. Anyway, so the movie starts off with a plane and the Ranger team being, ready to go skydiving. And, immediately Bulk and Skull almost kill themselves by jumping out of the plane without a, parachute, which, par for the course with Bulk and Skull. Then they land and some kid yells, "Yeah, go Tommy!" And I wrote, like every 90s kid be like. Cause, we love Tommy. I love Tommy. There's a reason I'm the white and green ranger in our thumbnails. Anything you want to add before we move on to the meat of the movie?
The, skyboarding.
Oh, yeah. Tommy decided it would be cool to use a, skyboard. We're not even gonna touch... We're gonna just move on. It's so stupid. Alright, let's move on. So, Rita and Zed... Bulk and Skull land at a construction site, and they find a seal. They lift the seal, right? They lift the... No. Zed and Rita lift the seal, and an egg comes out.
No.
No?
It's, the construction workers.
That's what I just said. No, you're right. I'm tired. Never mind. I'm stupid. Anyway, the construction workers remove the seal, which allows the Rita and Zed to hatch the egg that is Ivan Ooze, and I will only be calling him Ooze from now on, because his name is stupid. Anyway, they open the egg. Ivan promises to kill Zordon and the Rangers. Zed and Rita leave for whatever reason. The Ranger team shows up. They decide to fight the clones he spawns, unmorphed, for a good couple minutes until they're literally out of options and morph into these god-awful looking suits. They look like action figures, and not in a good way. Yeah, no, the whole opening of the movie is so bad. Even the opening of the movie is just a rip-off of the Star Wars opening. All it's missing is the music. So they fight the things. Rocky has a scanner visor for some reason, because, higher budget, so woo. Man, I'm forgetting. This movie kind of sucks. So Ivan shows up at the command center and just straight up destroys most of it. Anything else you want to add, Lucky, before we keep going?
The back handsprings.
Oh, yes, the, infinite cart rolls. backward. The back handsprings, they just keep going and keep going to get away from the, weird goo creatures, and it's so stupid.
Kimberly starts it, and Billy just says, "I'll join you."
Yeah, and they go rolling away like they're Sonic the Hedgehog. Man.
And then Aisha's helmet had like headlights.
Oh yeah, it had a headlight that disappeared after 5 minutes. So Tommy's suit is also the only suit that looks okay. But that's just because it only looks like it just got more detailing. Because he already had the weird power coin on his chest like the rest of them do now. And it looks bad. It just doesn't look good. So in the command center, we see the new Alpha 5. And he looks weird. He's super over detailed, and part of his head casing is gone to reveal the circuitry for whatever reason. Man, this is just not. Zordon is dying. Sorry, I'm spacing. Zordon is dying and rapidly aging, and due to him destroying the command center, they lose their powers. They're powerless. So they have to go to this distant land to go get new power. So they do that. They fight off the bird creatures that the new villain summons after he not quote unquote disposes of Reed and Zeta. Oh my god.
Reed and Zeta.
Oh my god. Rita and Zed. Oh my god. Anyway, so they go to this land and they meet this mysterious warrior who we're not going to talk about it too much, but she is wearing possibly the worst outfit, or aka very much a lack of an outfit.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know what her outfit should have looked like, just look up 2017 Rita from the Power Rangers movie. It looks so much better, and it ironically would have worked way better. Especially because they want to do this really hyper armored look for everyone. So whatever, we're not going to linger on it. She's in the movie for 5 minutes.
Yeah. She turns into an owl.
Yeah, she turns into an owl for whatever reason. Ooze also somehow knows the history of the world, which is weird because he was in a seal in an egg. So, whatever.
Which, I will mention, I found that, weird but also funny when he mentions the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, which, it's kind of funny, but he wouldn't know who they are. Because he's been trapped for the past 6,000 years. So, alright, I'm trying to think. They have to go through the jungle and fight some bone creature, or whatever. Man, this movie. I'm sorry. We're being a little mean to this movie, but this movie is not good.
Some skeleton dinosaurs.
Yeah. And then they get through the forest, and find this new thing that gives them new power, and so what are their animals again?
I will also mention before we start mentioning the animals is that this is their ninja power that they get that it shows them getting in season 3, but they actually get it in the movie first and then lose them and get them back apparently.
if you don't know, the movie is 100% non-canon.
Yeah, so Aisha is a bear.
Okay.
Rocky's an ape.
Alright.
Billy's a wolf.
Okay.
Kimberly's a crane, which is the only one that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess the
Um,
hawk makes... Or, no, the falcon.
the falcon. Yeah, the falcon. The falcon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I mean, you should remember Adams because it's the one we made the most fun of.
Yeah. He's a frog. I love frogs, don't get me wrong. Frogs are one of my favorite animals. But why is he a frog? Man went from a mastodon to a lion to a frog. Well, technically he
Like,
wasn't ever the mastodon, but you get the point.
and he doesn't even get a proper reason as to why he's a frog.
Yeah,
The
no.
reasoning of like that he got on him being a frog because he was upset about being a frog, and he got told frogs are like you're like the frog that you kiss that becomes a prince.
And she just kisses him for no reason, which is weird because these people are still technically high schoolers, and she is a 6,000 at the very least being. Not gonna linger on it. Anyway,
Yeah.
um, man, I'm running out of things to talk about. So yeah, they get their new animal power, and then they're thrown. They're circled by gold versions of the gold miniature versions of their Zord, and well, so Billy gets circled by the frog, you know, because that definitely was supposed to be his animal. Um, and
And
then
Adam gets circled by the wolf.
yeah, they messed up something. And then they're immediately taken back to Angel Grove. And then, they summon their Zords and they all look awful. Because the movie decided to go all CG route. And it doesn't look good. It doesn't. I give it somewhat of a pass because of the time period, but even then, the suits are better. I'm sure they just couldn't afford to make the suits, but it doesn't look good. So they then start fighting these bug creatures that Ooze summons, and they're getting their butts kicked.
Bug robots, I will mention.
Yeah, bug robots. My bad. But the Zords are immediately getting stomped, like bad. Like it took 3 of them to take one of them down. And of course, it was Tommy who got the final hit with his rockets, because they love giving Tommy rockets. Like a certain me, me. Man, I miss the Dragon Zord. If the Dragon Zord were there, this movie would have been over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Saba also is gone. Because, all their weapons and stuff from before Ooze attacked are gone. So, they then Ooze merges with the other bug that remains and becomes mega powerful Ooze in a bug body with his awful CG face, and it's bad. So they fight. Apparently, the Ninja Zord can fly into space. Lucky here brought up the fact that they should have just gone to space and fought Rita there with the new Ninja Zord, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They throw Ooze into a meteor, but not before. Oh God, I forgot her name. Aisha, right? I'm terrible with names. Right, Aisha?
Which one, Yellow Ranger?
Yellow, yes.
Yeah, you should.
Has to hit a button that kicks the big bug ooze man in the junk that he doesn't have
It's
because he's big metal ooze man.
it's
That they
literally it's an emergency button.
Yeah.
Like, it's a button that's like for emergencies only, and it does that.
I mean, if it shot like a laser from the chest, I would get it. That's cool. But that's something they could have done anyway. So, what they kill Ooze, go back to the command center, surround Zordon, and then super magic Disney magic starts happening and they reverse all the damage done to the command center. Zordon gets revived and it looks dehydrated as always in this movie. And the movie ends with them talking to the Fred kid. Oh yeah, there's a whole plot point with the ooze that we completely missed.
Oh yeah.
Oop. So ooze, to have people to help do the hard work for him, gives all these kids little things of ooze that that he tells them to throw them in their parents' face. So Fred, the main kid, goes home with it. His dad comes home, picks up the ooze, and gets has a stroke, and then walks out of the house all brain controlled. Yeah. And then they save the parents after ooze is destroyed. Man, this movie had such potential, and at every
I'm
turn. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna mention something. I just looked it up now because it is something we mentioned.
Uh-huh.
And I'm screenshotting it for you. Basically, Saba shoots lasers out of his
Oh,
eyes,
you're right. He can Saba can fly and shoot lasers out of his eyes now.
which I'm actually seeing I was just looking up like his powers just to double check some stuff.
Uh-huh.
There is levitation. Saba is able to float into the air and suspend himself there at will. But the main
Okay.
thing I'm talking about is the lightning blast, which is those laser eyes.
Uh-huh.
Saba is able to fire white lightning beams from his eyes strong enough to take down Perth's head and destroy his floss. They were
Okay.
not white.
No, they were pure red. And they were not
They were red.
lightning, they were lasers.
They were lasers.
So, this the movie's a mess. I went into it having somewhat of a hope for it, but throughout the movie it was just so I guarantee there's going to be people who say like, "Oh, you guys just don't understand." No, it's the movie's just bad. Nostalgia is the only reason, well, one of the only reasons that people really like this movie. We're not going to talk about other reasons. Man, I hate to go out on such a dejected note, but it's just like this episode sucks. I'm sorry. It at every turn it does something so unbelievably stupid that it makes it hard to enjoy anything the movie does. The new Zords are worse than the Thunder Zords. Especially because we just got the Tiger Zord. Like, literally just got the Tiger Zord.
Mm.
So it's sad to see that go already, but but it's not over yet because that was just the movie. We still have to do season 3 and Alien Rangers, Lucky. Aren't you excited for
Yeah.
Alien Rangers?
Ugh.
Yeah. But I'm Ben.
I'm lucky.
And we're the Mighty Morphin Power Nerds. What on earth? Typically, that typically doesn't